1941, the Empire of Japan found itself at a critical crossroads. Faced with a crippling oil embargo by the United States and a stalled campaign in China, the Imperial General Staff saw only one path forward: the southern operation to seize the resource-rich territories of Southeast Asia. However, one major obstacle stood in their way: the United States Pacific Fleet, anchored at Pearl Harbor. The strategy, conceived by Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, was a gamble of unprecedented proportions. The goal was not to conquer the United States, but to deliver a decisive blow so paralyzing that Washington would be forced to negotiate a peace, leaving Japan with a free hand in Asia. The plan was entrusted to Vice Admiral Shuichi Nagumo, commander of the Kido Butai, the First Air Fleet. This was the most powerful carrier task force the world had ever seen. The Kido Butai was a formidable technical achievement. At its core were 6 aircraft carriers: the Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, Shokaku, and Zukaku. Supporting these giants were 2 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 9 destroyers. To maintain absolute secrecy, the fleet took a treacherous northern route across the Pacific, maintaining strict radio silence while battling heavy seas and freezing fog. On the morning of December 7th, 230 miles north of Oahu, the first wave took to the skies. A total of 353 aircraft participated, comprised of Type 97 K torpedo bombers, carrying specially modified wooden fin torpedoes for the shallow harbor waters, Type 99 Val dive bombers, and a 6M0 fighters, providing air superiority and strafing support. At 7:48 local time, Commander Mitsuo Fuchida looked down upon a peaceful, unsuspecting harbor. He radioed the famous signal, "Tora, Tora, Tora, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger." The surprise was complete. The Japanese pilots targeted Battleship Row. In minutes, the USS West Virginia and USS California were sinking. A massive 800-kilogram armor-piercing bomb struck the USS Arizona, detonating its forward magazine and claiming the lives of 1,177 sailors in a single heartbeat. The second wave arrived an hour later, targeting shipyard facilities and cruisers. Despite increasing anti-aircraft fire, the Japanese air crews maintained their discipline, focusing on neutralizing the American airfields at Wheeler and Hickam to prevent a counterattack. By 9:45, the strike was over. The Japanese planes turned back toward their carriers, leaving a horizon choked with black oil smoke. The tactical success for Japan was undeniable. The U.S. Navy suffered staggering losses: 4 battleships sunk and 4 others damaged, 188 aircraft destroyed, over 2,400 Americans killed. In contrast, Japanese losses were remarkably light: 29 aircraft lost, 5 midget submarines scuttled, and 64 personnel killed. However, as the Kido Butai sailed back toward Japan, the strategic reality began to shift. The 3 American aircraft carriers, the primary targets, were not in port during the attack. Furthermore, Nagumo's decision not to launch a third wave left the harbor's vital oil tank farms and repair shops intact. From the Japanese perspective, the strike had achieved its immediate goal: the Pacific Fleet was neutralized for months. But it had also achieved something Yamamoto feared most. It had unified a divided American public and awakened an industrial giant. The decisive blow had been struck, but the long, agonizing war for the Pacific had only just begun.